I caught her cheating when her suitcase spilled open on our hardwood floor in Boise, Idaho, 3 days after she got back from her girls' trip to Seattle. I'm 42, a grizzled construction foreman with calloused hands and a bad knee from too many years on scaffolds. My wife, Lauren, is 38, a freelance graphic designer with legs that could stop traffic and a laugh that used to make my chest ache in a good way. Used to. That night, her black carry-on tipped over while she was in the shower, and out tumbled a man's business card creased. Worn, like it had been handled too much. Nathan J. Carver, marketing consultant, Seattle, WA. A phone number scrawled in her handwriting on the back. My gut twisted like someone had shoved a rusty nail through it. I didn't wait. I dialed. The line crackled. Then a smooth, smug voice answered, "Nate Carver? Who's this?" I could hear a bar in the background clinking glasses, low chatter. My voice came out rough like gravel. "This is Lauren's husband. Found your card in her suitcase. Care to explain?" He laughed asterisk and said, "Oh, shit, man, you're the husband? She didn't mention you much." My vision went red. I hung up before I smashed the phone through the wall. Lauren stepped out of the bathroom, steam curling around her, towel barely clinging to her curvous 5'7" of tan skin and auburn hair that fell in waves over her shoulders. She froze when she saw me holding the card. "What's that?" she asked, voice too high, eyes darting. "You tell me," I growled, tossing it at her feet. She didn't pick it up. She just stood there, dripping wet, and I knew. I fucking knew. That was 3 weeks ago. Now I'm sitting in my truck outside our house on Overland Road, Boise's suburban sprawl stretching out under a gray November sky, replaying how it all went to hell. Lauren swore it was nothing at first. "He's just some guy I met at a bar with the girls," she said that night, pulling a robe tight around her slim waist. "We talked. That's it." But her eyes, hazel, sharp, the kind that used to pin me with a glance would meet mine, pressed her. "Then why's his number in your handwriting? Why's he laughing like he knows something I don't?" She stammered, then went silent. I slept on the couch, the card burning a hole in my pocket. The next day, I called my buddy Mike, 45, a barrel-chested plumber with a beard like a lumberjack and a nose for bullshit. We met at the Ram on Broadway Avenue, a dive bar with sticky tables and neon signs. I slid the card across to him. "What do I do with this?" I asked, nursing a course. Mike squinted at it, then at me. "You call him again, bro, dig deeper. She's lying her stories thinner than my ex-wife's excuses." His voice was a low rumble, steadying me. I nodded, but my hands shook. That afternoon, I rang Nate again. This time, he was cockier. "Look, man," he said. "Lauren and I hit it off. She was at the Crocodile, some indie band was playing. She didn't say she was married till after a few drinks. What's it to you?" My jaw clenched so hard I thought my teeth would crack. "Everything," I spat. "She's my wife." He chuckled, dark and lazy. "Maybe you should ask her what she wants, then. I'm not the one who fucked up your marriage." I slammed the phone down, my chest heaving. When I got home, Lauren was on the couch, legs curled under her, scrolling her laptop, probably some design gig. She's got this effortless beauty. High cheekbones, a dusting of freckles across her nose, a body toned from yoga she does twice a week. I wanted to shake her, kiss her, scream at her all at once. "Nate says you hit it off," I said, looming over her. She flinched, laptop snapping shut. "He's exaggerating. It was just flirting. I was drunk. Okay? Nothing happened." Her voice cracked, but her hands twisted in her lap, guilty as hell. I didn't buy it. I called her best friend, Jess, 36, a petite brunette with a pixie cut and a real estate license, who'd been on the trip. We met at her office downtown, a sleek space with glass walls and overpriced coffee. Jess leaned back in her chair, her green eyes wary. "Lauren was wasted that night," she admitted, tapping a pen on her desk. "She danced with some guy, tall, dark hair, good suit. I thought it was harmless. She didn't leave with him, I swear." But her hesitation said more than her words. "You sure?" pressed, my voice low, dangerous. Jess swallowed. I went to bed early. She was still at the bar when I left. That night, I confronted Lauren again. Our kitchen felt like a battlefield, dishes piled in the sink. Her standing by the counter in a tight sweater that hugged her chest. Me pacing like a caged animal. Jess says you stayed out late, I said. With him. Her face went pale, then hard. Jess doesn't know shit, she snapped. Yeah, I stayed out. I danced. I liked the attention. You've been checked out for months. Greg working late. Barely touching me. What did you expect? Her words hit like a punch. I fired back. I expected my wife not to fuck around. She threw a glass, it shattered against the wall. Shards glinting on the tile. I didn't sleep with him, she screamed. But her eyes were wet, wild. Days blurred into a mess of suspicion and silence. I started digging. Found a receipt in her purse, $87 at a boutique hotel in Seattle. Dated the last night of her trip. She'd said she stayed at Jess's Airbnb. I called the hotel. The clerk, a bored kid named Tyler, confirmed it. Yeah, single room. Booked under Lauren Ellis. Paid cash. My heart sank through the floor. I didn't tell her I knew. Instead, I tracked down Nate Carver online. LinkedIn showed a slick 30-something with a square jaw and a Rolex, based in Seattle. I messaged him from a burner account posing as a client. He replied fast. Asterisk, happy to meet, flying to Boise next week for a conference. Let's grab a drink. Asterisk, my blood boiled. He was coming here. When I told Mike over beers, he grinned, dark and feral. Set him up, man. Catch him off guard. I'll back you up. I nodded, a plan forming. Lauren didn't know I knew about the hotel, didn't know I was baiting Nate. She'd been distant, sleeping in the guest room. Her long legs disappearing under blankets I wasn't allowed near anymore. The day Nate arrived, I met him at a bar downtown, the Mode Lounge. All dim lights and overpriced whiskey. He swaggered in, 6 foot woe, wearing a tailored blazer, his dark hair slicked back. I introduced myself as Greg Ellis, no hint I was her husband. We talked business, then I steered it personal. You got a girl? I asked casual. He smirked, sipping his drink. Not tied down. Had a fling in Seattle recently, hot designer chick. Married, but she didn't act it. My grip tightened on my glass. What's her name? I pushed, voice steady despite the rage clawing my chest. Lauren, he said, eyes glinting. Real firecracker. Legs for days. I saw red but kept cool. Sounds like trouble, I said, forcing a laugh. He shrugged. Her husband's a chump, works construction. Doesn't keep her happy. She deserves better. That was it. I stood, towering over him. I'm the chump, asshole. His face dropped, and before he could bolt, Mike appeared, blocking the exit, cracking his knuckles. Lauren came clean that night after I dragged the truth out of Nate. He'd admitted they hooked up once at that hotel. Said she'd cried after, guilt eating her alive, and ghosted him. I stormed home, suitcase receipt in hand, and threw it at her. She crumpled, sobbing on the couch, her perfect figure trembling in a silk nightgown. It was a mistake, she choked out. I was lonely. You were gone emotionally, physically. I fucked up, Greg. I'm sorry. Her tears didn't move me. You didn't just fuck up, I said, voice cold. You fucked him. We're separated now. I'm crashing at Mike's, staring at divorce papers I haven't signed. Lauren texts me daily apologies. Please. Promises. Nate's back in Seattle, probably chasing the next skirt. Jess avoids me. Guilt written all over her. I don't know what's next. Part of me still sees Lauren's smile, her hips swaying as she walks, and wonders if I failed her first. Part of me wants to burn it all down. Last night I drove past our house. Her car was there, lights on. A shadow moved in the window, not hers. Taller, broader. My fists clenched. Was it Nate? Someone new? Or am I just losing my mind? I didn't stop to find out. Not yet.